Hey folks, it's Matt once again. Welcome back to another review for a Hitchcock film. And this is another Hitchcock film I do enjoy, along with Rear Window, The Birds, Strangers on a Train, Rope, Psycho is growing on me a little bit, and this one, Saboteur. Now it would be The Birds, Rear Window, and either be Strangers on a Train or this one as my favorite Hitchcock film so far. But this one I enjoyed. I thought it lost a little bit of steam before the final act. A little bit there. Between when the character. Because I'll get to that. But what I enjoyed about this film, I thought it was pretty beautifully photographed. It's in the black and white style of the day. This was 1942 when this came out. And there's a lot of black and white movies I enjoy. A lot of old Universal horror films, Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Invisible Man. Even newer films like Clerks and Ed Wood with Johnny Depp. So, Strangers on a Train was black and white, so was this. And that's definitely something you don't see a lot nowadays. A movie made in black and white. But if it's done right, you can get some really cool photography. For example, not only that, but I believe some matte paintings were used, because I know Alfred Hitchcock was a fan of matte paintings. There's some really good looking shots. For example, the beginning of the film takes place in this aircraft factory. And you get some nice shots of all the planes sort of lined up in the back. Gave it some scope. And I thought this guy, Robert Cummings, did a really good job as the lead. He's this factory worker. They're all going to lunch. Then I like the idea that, boom, there's silence. Hitchcock made it all silent. And then the shit hits the fan. There's smoke. The lead guy goes in with his friend, gives this thing to his friend, and his friend dies in a fire. And he sees his friend burning to death in a fire. Goes to see his friend's mother. And later, the cops stop by, and he finds out that the extinguisher he had given to his friend was filled with gasoline. And that extinguisher he gave to his friend was given to him by this guy named Fry, who has disappeared. And so then it becomes a man who is wrongly accused. Which, hey, I can be a fan of those movies, from The Fugitive. That's a great one, a man wrongly accused. There's quite a few films out there. And when that's done well, it could be something that is, in a way, relatable. Because we've all been part of a situation where we get blamed for something we didn't do. And then when it's of the highest order like this, it's very easy to root for a hero or root for a lead. First off, with that relatability of, yeah, I know I've been blamed for stuff that I didn't do, but man, you're blamed for murder and sabotage as a saboteur against your country. And pretty much it's him on a mission trying to find out what happened. He travels to this ranch in the high desert, and this guy owns this ranch. And I like how Hitchcock did this, where you have this very cute kid who's with the guy, and the guy leaves, and the lead is with the cute kid, and the lead is having fun with the kid. And I thought the little baby they cast, he or she could walk, but not be old enough to be annoying. As she goes, picks up some letters, waddles over, drops them, trying to throw stuff at the guy. She can't speak. And some letters from these coat, and the guy reads it and realizes it's from the guy, Fry, who this guy said he didn't know, but by this letter, he did know. I also like this bit where when that guy comes out, the owner of the ranch, hey, so what's up? And he doesn't say that, but pretty much. And the lead guy goes, oh, well, nothing, nothing. And then the ranch owner goes, wow, I guess you have really, really bad memory. Because I'm pretty sure you would remember seeing letters right over there with a name named Fry, who went to a town named Soda City. So I like that. I like that villain wasn't that stupid, wasn't that dumb. And it's sort of an interesting way of an escape where the lead guy sees the little kid, but doesn't hurt the little kid. He gives the kid a piggyback ride to get out of there. He's like, okay, they can't do anything because he has a kid, but he's not steering the kid. He's having a piggyback ride. It leaves, and then next you see the little kid poke around the corner safe and sound. So I like the way that was handled. Escapes on a horse. You have this nice escape. This really good stunt where a guy jumps off a bridge into the water. Looks like all done in one take, all straight down. I thought that was a nice stunt. And before all that, how he got to the ranch is this kind of humorous truck driver who tells about his wife how, my wife, she takes all my money to either go to the movies or buy a hat. And she bought the hat to take it off while she goes to the movies. And then one of these, another guy escapes, finds this cabin where this very nice blind old man, and this was a very cool character because the blind man, he must be part Daredevil because he also realizes the guy has handcuffs because he heard him. And then the daughter or niece of the guy, I think the daughter of the guy comes home and she's like, we must get him. He's a saboteur. And the old man is cool. He goes, listen, this guy's not a saboteur. This guy could have done anything to me. He didn't. And you know what? It's my duty as an American citizen that someone is innocent until proven guilty. And I think it's the niece, now that I think about it. I think it's the niece. And because it tells the niece to take him to the blacksmith. Please. Do not take him to police. I think he's innocent. He's treating me with respect, said sir. But the niece, she doesn't listen, takes him to the police, and he kind of helps stop her. Actually, I don't know if this worked in those old cars back in the day, but there's like a big fan under the hood, and he breaks the cuffs with it. And him and the girl has to take the girl with him. And at one point, lets her go, fine, you go, I'm going to go this way. So she has to go with him. And they hide in this circus train where you have like this big guy who's known as the human skeleton. You have a bearded lady. You have a little person. You have these conjoined twins. One's good, one's mean. They vote to hide them. And ultimately, the vote is they can stay. And as this is going on, I thought, okay, this is going at a good pace. Some interesting characters. The truck driver was kind of humorous. The stuff with the little baby was cute. The old man, he was pretty cool character. The circus train of, even though they are different people, they're still very kind people. They make a mention of that where later on, like these, they don't judge people. They don't do this and that. I like the sort of little message it was saying about it. But it wasn't bashed into my fucking face, which I appreciate. They get to Soda City. It's like a small, dinky ghost town. They find this telescope, which leads to a dam. The girl has to hide. The bad guy comes in, and the lead guy has to lie and say, yeah, I'm with you. Look in the paper. See? They want me. I'm wanted man. This is where the movie kind of loses me a little bit because he finds this telescope that leads to this dam, and I thought it was going to lead to these bad guys trying to blow up the dam. Hell, I even looked on Wikipedia, and they say he stops them from blowing up the dam or whatever. And I'm like, I don't remember that in this scene. Is that a deleted scene? I don't remember that at all happening. Him stopping them from blowing up the dam. Did I blink and miss it? Maybe. Someone can explain to me that, but yeah, then why have a telescope which leads to a dam? I don't remember it doing anything. But one thing leads to another. He meets these conspirators at a party, and it seems like he doesn't know who to trust. And the girl's there, and they have to dance to sort of be with some of the group that are watching them. And long story short, they knock the good guy out, and the bad guys are going to blow up this new U.S. Navy battleship in the, I think, Brooklyn Navy Yard. And I thought there was this nice scene where I don't remember the specific words, but the good guy gives this really nice speech to the bad guy about who he is and people he's met, and how about good people instead of people like you who fill your pockets. He just gives a really good speech. I wish I could have said it verbatim, but I would butcher it. So I thought the Robert Cummings did a really good job selling that speech. But I think that's around the time he gets knocked out. He's trapped. There's a fire alarm. He gets out. And, it's not the most exciting, this part. He's pretty much, the lead gets to the Navy Yard. The woman is trapped in the building and is throwing down notes saying, hey, look up. Look at the room with the light that's blinking. I'm trapped here. Someone has me kidnapped up here. The lead guy finds this fake newsreel car, and there's a bad guy, Fry, the guy he's been looking for, and they both struggle in this button, and he makes the bad guy stop long enough so that when he does press the button, the ship has gone by. And that Fry guy stays into this movie theater and then the girl follows him to this boat, which leads to the Statue of Liberty. So this whole section from like the dam to here, it's not as visually interesting as before. It's not as exciting. It's kind of, I would say, the least interesting part of the movie to me. Except, some of those nice speeches that the lead guy gives. And I thought the villain, who's also the same guy who owned that ranch, I thought he did fine too. But I like the ending. If you ever see AFI 100 years, 100 movies, or Turner Classic movies, or anything of that nature about older films, and you always wondered where a scene where if the god of Statue of Liberty that falls off it, that's this movie. That's this Hitchcock film. And I like that. I like that the ending takes place on the Statue of Liberty. Granted, it's funny that the cops just let him go up, even though the bad guy's there. I'm like, just cops are more lenient back in 1942 than they are today. Like, the guy just goes, I'm going up. And they're like, okay. So, just the way, just the time the movie was made. It's like, okay, the cops just let him go up. But the bad guy's hanging off, and the good guy tries to do the good thing, tries to help him up. And the lead tries, but then the coat sleeve rips and the guy falls to his death. And I like the way it was shot, done with, I forget the actual terminology, certain special effect, but I liked it. I liked the idea behind it. I liked the way it was shot. And yeah, the good wins, evil loses, and I thought it was a well-paced, satisfying flick with some nice black and white photography, some capable acting, some nice speeches, nice story about a man wrongly accused, some decent moments of suspense. And I'm trying to think what's one scene of suspense that really stood out to me. I would say even this scene here when he's going from where he needs to go to the ranch where he's with the truck driver and this cop stops by. You're wondering, okay, is he going to have to knock the cop out, do this and that? And no, it's for the cop to help this guy fix his truck and then they can go on. But yeah, overall, I just thought it was a movie that told a decent story. It was told well enough, and it was, yeah. I probably honestly put Strangers on a Train and then this one, because Strangers on a Train, the two leads dynamic was pretty intriguing to me, and it had a few more interesting shots in it. While this, I would say the from the dam to the Statue of Liberty, that whole section doesn't really have any interesting characters. I mean, other than the good guy and the bad guy, but the like intriguing side characters or really cool, interesting shots or anything like that. But overall, if you're a fan of Hitchcock, you haven't seen the film. If you're a fan of wrongly accused men on the run movies, I think it's worth a watch. Yeah, overall, I liked it. That's just me. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.